Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, Open Heart Healing. Welcome if you're new. My name is Sarah Welsh, and today we're going to do a card reading, and I'm happy to say that I sound a lot more like myself than I did for the last card reading. I sounded kind of froggy, so that's good. So yeah, let's get right into it. I don't know why I never did the tarot cards first, but I guess that's what we're doing. Doesn't make any difference, I suppose, does it? The order. So it's always my intention that the messages that come through, at least one of them will resonate for each person who watches this video. So hopefully you stick around and hear something useful. The Tower, huh? Okay. That's a way to start off the reading with a bang. The Tower. Get off of me. I hope you're all doing well. It's a beautiful sunny day where I am today. It's like, almost feels like summer. So it's kind of nice. Except for I haven't gone outside at all today, but I did have most of my windows open, but I did have to close some of them for this reading because my neighbor is like obsessed with the leaf blower. And so he's out there like every day leaf blowing. And it's this really high-pitched noise that even with the windows closed drives me nuts, but anyway. Oh, there we go. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Oh, really? Well, I guess I'm going to keep going with the tarot here. I'll do the other tarot deck that I'm going to do. Okay. One more of these. Okay. Ooh, it is warm in here. I had the fan on, but it was blowing my background around too much. So I had to turn it off. The sun is just coming in the window now, which is good for the lighting, but whew, it's warm in here. Maybe I should have turned the air conditioning on, but I hate to turn the air conditioning on. It's not that hot out, but anyway. My lungs still aren't 100%, so if I have to cough a little bit or my voice still sounds a little bit off, I think. That's why. Okay. And a stack. And then we'll get into looking at the cards. Whew. All right. Supposed to go live with a friend on Facebook this evening in a few hours, and I'm very nervous because I don't like going live. I love doing these videos. I can record a video, no problem. I'm not at all nervous right now. It's no problem. But as soon as it's live and I know people are actually looking at me right then and I'm on the spot, I like freeze up. It kind of hinders my ability to channel when I'm nervous. So, and I'm going on his live and I don't even know we don't even have anything we're supposed to talk about. Talking about ascension, I guess, but luckily this morning Spirit gave me a bunch of stuff and I wrote it down in my journal, so I'll have some notes I can look at. That'll make me feel better. All right, we're gonna take those two. All right. We had this card, I don't know if it was the last reading or the one before. I think it was the last one. Okay, I'm gonna show you the cards. So this is the Light Seers Tarot. And we got the Tower. Lightning strikes. And my favorite card. Not really, but this card haunts me. It follows me around. The Knight of Cups. We've seen this before. I call him Mr. Romance. Because he's got the red roses and he's got like a letter and a picnic. Anyway. The Five of Swords. This guy's got a headache. And then this is the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot. This is the Knight of Wands. Rushing in with passion. That's usually what that indicates. And the Two of Swords. We had this one in the last one too, because I remember talking about it. Well, I shuffled really well, you guys. It happens sometimes. The Ten of Pentacles. This is a good card. This card usually signifies kind of having it all, like having a family and having enough money. It's kind of like the Ten of Cups, the one with the rainbow, which is like emotional fulfillment, but this one also has the component of like the money, the material thing, so like you can have it all. And then this is the Wisdom of the Oracle deck, number 23 piece. And these are a little harder for you to see the images, but I get good messages from them usually. So number 6, Not For You. One of the messages I'm getting from that is that there's a saying, I can't remember exactly how it goes, but something like rejection is God's protection. And that's the message I'm getting from that card right now. Rejection is God's protection. And number 44, Thinker. Trying to make sure you don't get too much of a glare. Right? Oh, that's so funny. And this deck is the Spirit Animal Oracle, I think it's called. I can't remember anymore. Animal Spirit, Spirit Animal. I think it's Spirit Animal Oracle. But anyway, we also got number 44 from this deck. So they're right next to each other. The 44 and the 44. Boom. Oh, can you see? Boom. What are the odds of that? Somebody who knows statistics can figure that out. You'd have to know how many cards were in each of the decks. I took statistics in college. It was actually the only math that ever made any sense to me, but I don't remember it. I don't remember how to do it. Anyway, number 44, Panther Spirit, Reclaim Your Power. And this card is making me think of shadow work because it's so dark. It's black. Shadow work. So that's kind of been coming up for people. Well, I've been hearing people talking about shadow work lately. Shadow work. Shadow work is just being very honest with yourself and facing the parts of you that you don't like, or that you know, that you've maybe tried to repress or hide from the world, that you try to pretend like you don't have. It's usually what most people do. But if you can become very honest with yourself and take a look at those things and face them and shine the light on them, then they don't have power over you. Like, and you can kind of learn how to overcome them or work with them a little better, maybe even turning those things into gifts. I've been doing shadow work for about 20 years because I started doing shadow work when I learned astrology. Well, not that I know that much astrology, but I started learning. I figured out my birth chart and I looked at it, and it was my moon sign. As you guys are probably sick of hearing me say, my moon is in Scorpio, which is a very difficult placement, and that's the majority of my shadow side. I just saw 11:11. Okay, that's the majority of my shadow side is my Scorpio moon. I think it's a good, see, because every sign has positive qualities and negative qualities to it. So if you look at your birth chart, this is just a easy way to start doing shadow work if you like have no idea where to begin, or you're just looking for some guidance. If you go on to astro.com, I think that's what it is, you can put in your birth information and get your birth chart. You have to know what time you were born and where you were born so that the time zone is correct. But if you get your birth chart and you look at it, you can look at the different signs. Your main three signs are your sun sign, which is the one that everybody pretty much knows what their sun sign is, and then your moon sign, and then your rising sign. Those are like called the big three. And but then there's also, you have a Mercury, you have a Venus, you have a, you know, all those things, all the different other planets too. But you can look at the different signs and look at their positive qualities and their negative qualities, and then you'll probably see that you have some of these negative qualities, and that's a good way to figure out your shadow side and to start doing shadow work. That's what I did, and it was extremely helpful. Learning my birth chart just helped me understand myself on so much more, and made the parts of me that I maybe wasn't fully aware of, or again, it was my shadow side, so I kind of tried to hide it or downplay it or whatever. And learning my signs and my chart really helped me to understand myself and understand why I did the things that I did, and that, oh, I'd say, oh, I do that. Yeah, I do that because my Scorpio moon, like, has a tendency to react in this way or whatever. And then I could kind of just like having it be made conscious helped me overcome it, because like I always say, if you can name it, you can tame it. Yeah, so it's like learning and figuring things out about yourself is like at least half the battle. Like, just being aware of it and being honest and admitting to it, you're well on your way to overcoming it or being able to work with it better. It's a process, of course, and it takes a whole lot, you know, it never ends. Your whole lifetime you'll spend, you know, working on it, maybe, but it gets a little easier and easier to recognize when it comes up. You'll be able to recognize things more quickly and then resolve them more quickly, and then eventually, hopefully, you know, be able to like stop things before they even start or even happen. If there's things that are causing problems in your life for you. All right, that's enough of that. That's my spiel on shadow work that I didn't know I had. And number 46, Peacock Spirit, Let It Shine. We had this one last time. So we had 2 swords last time, and we had this one last time. And then we had that Knight of Cups not too long ago. Mr. Romance there. And number 49, Rabbit Spirit, now is a lucky time. Well, that is good to hear. That's good to hear. It's a lucky time. Okay, so those are all the cards. Now let me see what else I get. this card. See that there's a hand holding a chessboard. This card is very weird. Like I said, these cards, all these cards are kind of weird, but this one is exceptionally weird. And then because it's a chessboard, excuse me, and it's got a fortune cookie in the middle that has, and the fortune says nope. But this is giving me the message that I'm just feeling like this looks like a, I don't know if that's a woman's hand or not, but it could be either. I don't know, whatever. This person's hand that has to hold it just right to be able to balance it. Like, think of how tricky maybe it would be to balance this. It's reminding me of like a server with a tray or something. But with these chess pieces, I'm feeling like it's kind of wobbly, like it's hard to hold. So if there's something in your life that is a real struggle and you just keep trying to make it work, but it's just wearing you out or it's causing a lot of problems for you and you're just doing like everything in your power just to hold it together to make it work, this is giving the message that it's time to put it down. That's not for you then. Yeah, if something is that much of a struggle, that is a good indication that it's not meant for you. So, whatever that might apply to in your life. Okay, the Peace and the Thinker card together are giving me the message that if you overthink things or if you spend too much time up in your head thinking, that can cause you a lot of anxiety and suffering. And then the Peace, so the advice is, and I give this advice often, but it's important, I guess, it's always good to be reminded, but if you're too much in your head, drop down into your heart space. If you drop into your heart space and put your awareness on your heart, you know, just like I say, put your hands on your heart, take 3 nice deep breaths into your heart space and just focus on feeling your heart, you automatically bypass your mind. So you don't have to struggle against your thoughts or try to stop thinking your thoughts. It's kind of like an automatic bypassing. I've discovered, at least for me, it works, and for others that I've helped. But yeah, so that's the message that I'm getting from these cards. It's if you want to have that inner peace and you need a respite from the thoughts, the overthinking, then go into your heart space and you can tap into that peace anytime. And you can do that as many times as you need to throughout the day. So this card has like a squirrel. Look, and the squirrel's looking up at these butterflies. Well, maybe the lightning too, but in this, what I'm getting is he's looking up at these butterflies. These butterflies are kind of disintegrating, which is strange. But it's almost like the squirrel is looking up at these these butterflies are all having something happen to them kind of at the same time, and some kind of a magical transformation or something. I don't know what's happening to these butterflies. Are they going to disappear? I don't know. But this squirrel is like looking up at them like, what the heck is going on with you guys? What is happening? And it's not happening to me. So, but the acorn's kind of having that happen too. I don't know what this message is. Spirit, what are you trying to tell me here? I don't know. I'm just getting like something's like some kind of sky event, or I don't know. Something is going to happen that's going to transform a group of people or something. And like the other people are just going to be amazed. That sounds like really dramatic or something, but I don't know about that message, Spirit. What does Mr. Romance want to say today? I just am hearing, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. It's kind of making me cry. What is going on? Stop. Spirit, stop. Oh, sorry, I just bumped the camera. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Somebody is very sorry. So I don't know if you're, you know, somebody's going to be getting an apology for something. Maybe that's what the flowers are for. I don't want to say it. I hate, like, just again, like, if somebody cheated or something, you know, and then they're, gets found out, and then they're apologizing over and over about it, and they're, like, trying to make up for it. Yeah. So, if someone did you wrong, you might be getting an apology. I feel like they're I want to say, like, I feel like they're not totally sincere, but they're, like, sincere enough, and they're really, like, going all out to try to, like, apologize and make it up, because he's got, like, the picnic basket with the food and the wine. Is there wine? Yeah. And, like, a card with, you know, an apology note or something, and the flowers, and he's, like, got his hat in his hand, like he's feeling remorseful. But I'm also feeling like not totally sincere. That might be different for each person, anybody who's having that situation. If there's more than one of you, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Do it. Follow your gut. If someone did you wrong and they're apologizing and you're not sure if you, well, I mean, you should always kind of accept people's apologies, but that doesn't mean you have to, like, continue to have them in your life or let them back into your life. So I guess go with your gut on that. If that's a situation for you, decide, you know, really feel into it and use your discernment. Don't just automatically accept it and let them back in, which could be tempting if that's what you want, if you want them back. Or if, you know, you just want to accept the apology and to move on or whatever and move forward, like, maybe take some time to really sit with it and to feel into it and feel what's right for you and what's best for you. Yeah, this card is going with this card to me now. Like, this guy is like, man, I really messed up. I really, really messed up. And I don't know if there's anything I can do to make it right. And it's like really stressing this guy out. So this is, man, I'm feeling. I mean, it could be, I guess, reverse, or it could be a woman, not necessarily a man, but I'm really, with this, both these males, and I'm just getting really strong, it's a man who really, really, really messed up. Try not to swear. Try not to swear on my videos. Excuse me. But yeah, he's really feeling... Now, is he just feeling sorry for himself that he messed up and got caught? Or is he really feeling remorse, genuine remorse? And is he going to learn from it? That's the thing. That's what you'll have to figure out. This is weird. Okay, so the Knight of Wands, the second fastest moving knight in the deck, they say. And usually, like I said when I showed this card, was that this is usually rushing in with passion. Like, yeah, rushing in with passion. But today that's not really what I'm getting. Because his face looks like, I've never noticed this before. Never really looked at his face, but his face looks like pouty. Like he's pouting. He looks like he's like, I don't really want to offer this wand to somebody. So I'm feeling that somebody is being coerced, sort of. That might be too strong of a word. Someone is being pushed a little bit to do something that they don't want to do. And whatever outside influence or person that is convincing this knight that he needs to rush in with this and offer this wand to somebody, like he's being convinced by outside influences to do this, to make an offer to somebody, or to take a job, or to propose, or what else? I don't know, something like that. And it's like everybody in his life is like, oh yeah, you should definitely do that. That's the way to go, and that's the right thing to do, or that's the best move for you. He's not feeling it inside. His heart is telling him not to do it, but he's still like going along with it because he's being influenced by these outside factors. And yeah, so the message very strongly there is, get off that damn horse. I just swore. See, at least it wasn't the F word. That's what I was trying to not say last, the other card. Get off the horse. Like, this is all, like, you're going to end up regretting doing this, and then you're going to be stuck with because it's like some kind of like big thing. It's like a big, like I said, it's like leaving a job or taking a job or proposing to someone or something like that. And whatever it is, if you go, I don't know if it's you, I'm assuming it's whoever's this message is for, that you're the one in this situation. If this is you, I'd say don't go through with it, because you're going to regret it. And then it's going to be hard to go back and undo it, whatever it is, once you do it. Yeah, so. So this woman is just sitting here, their arms over her, crossed over her heart space, with these swords and a blindfold on. She's just almost like a statue. Like she's just stuck there. Except for she's not really stuck. She can stand up anytime she wants. And she can uncross her arms, and she can take off that blindfold. And the Reclaim Your Power, and also the Let It Shine card. All these three were kind of going together. The light's kind of coming in weird, but yeah, she maybe feels stuck. Like she feels powerless and she feels stuck. Like there's nothing she can do to change her situation, or there's nothing that she can do to, I don't know, there's nothing she can do. Like she's just at the mercy of her circumstances. But this is saying, no, she could take back her power anytime she wants. She can take back her power and let her light shine. So she can stand up and hold those swords up high and take off the blindfold and stand there in her glory and let her light shine. So yeah. Maybe there's just a little bit more shadow work that needs to be done or something before she's ready. So maybe it's not just that like she could have done this at any time. Maybe she just had to wait for the right time. Maybe she had to be like this for a while for some reason. She's doing her inner work or learning her lessons, doing her shadow work or whatever. But now the time has come that now she can stand up and take off the blindfold and stand in her power. And then now is a lucky time, and the 10 of Pentacles. Someone's got some blessings coming. That's what I'm getting. Is that pretty obvious why I would get that message from these cards, but yeah, maybe things just haven't been working out for somebody, for you. And, you know, you really want to get to the place where, you know, you have everything that your heart desires, everything you've been wanting and working for and hoping for or whatever, and just things have just not gone that well. Well, you know, the world the last couple of years has been pretty rough for a lot of people. My stomach is grumbling. You can hear it. I'm hungry. I need to eat after this. And anyway, yeah, so if it's just been a rough time and things haven't been working out, I'm getting that it's about time for them to start working out. Like maybe it was just, you know, things weren't working out for a reason, that you had to learn some lessons and things to get to the place, and that the timing, divine timing is going to be right for it to turn around. And now that you've done your work and learned the lessons that you needed to learn, you can have your blessings. Yeah, that's a good message. I like to get a good message like that, right? All right, I'm just going to see if there's anything else that comes to me from the cards. Yeah, so somebody has been kind of despondent, sad, down in the dumps, whatever. Stressed out, overthinking, stressed out. And yeah, there's like a, you probably, I don't know if you can see it or not right by my fingernail here. There's a face in this cube, but it looks kind of like a ghost face or something. So like, to me, that's telling me that that's like one of your spirit guides or something. So whoever this person is who's been kind of feeling down, and like it's probably the same person who's the things haven't been working out and whatever. Spirit has been, obviously, is always watching us, but this face kind of looks like it's got something up its sleeve. So this is going with that message of like your blessings are coming and things are going to start working out. I'm getting the feeling that like Spirit has something in store for you that must be really good. Because the feeling I'm getting from that face is like, oh, just wait and see. You're going to be like so happy. That's awesome. I love that message. I hope that's for all of you out there. And I hope it's for me too. Oh yeah, this peace card has like the dove with the olive branch, right? The dove with the olive branch, that's the symbol for the peace or whatever, and how I was saying that somebody was going to apologize. So somebody's coming with a peace offering. This is like a really big thing, like somebody really, because the tower is always like a huge, right? Usually means like a big, huge, you know, when we say tower moment, that means something really comes along that totally shakes your world, shakes up your world, and it can be good, and it's usually bad, but I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Tower moments are usually like, ends up, you know, creating a dark night of the soul or something, but it can be good. It can be something good too. So, but yeah, just with the tower and the energy of the tower, and then with the flowers and the peace offering, and somebody's like really stressed out and feeling horrible about something they did. That, yeah, that's a big deal for somebody out there. Oh, that was a hair. A stray hair. So, but whoever it is that did wrong and needs to apologize, they're gonna feel so good after they get it off their chest and after they apologize. Because I always usually see like this card is, this guy is the same as this guy here, and this is like when, like before, and this is after. Then there's like blood on the snow, so it's always like he has to go through a whole battle to be free. But yeah, somebody's like conscience is really eating at them or something, and they just can't take it anymore. They can't take it. They know they did somebody wrong, and they have been trying to hide it or mask it or downplay it or something, and it's just eating them up, and so they need to just come clean. Whoever this is just needs to get it off their chest and apologize and hope that the person that they did wrong will forgive them. And like I said, if it's you who's been done wrong and you're going to be getting the apology, I have real mixed feelings about if you should let this person back in your life or keep them in your life or not. I feel like this might be for more than one person, which seems kind of like a specific, big, huge thing for it to be more than one person who watches my channel, because I don't even have 50 subscribers. But that's how I'm feeling. I'm feeling like for one of you, the answer is they are really genuine, and they have they'll change their ways, and you should let them back in or keep them in your life and forgive them and just try to move forward. And someone else it's kind of like the person is only just going to apologize for their own sake, but they're not, just to ease their own conscience, but they're not actually like sincere in their changing their ways. So it's kind of like you're going to have to feel it out for yourself. If you're the one getting the apology, you're going to have to really feel into it, if it's genuine and really sincere or not. And with the 44 and the 44, fours can be about a stable foundation, but also they can mean like your angels are with you. So I'm just getting the message that never forget that you're never alone. You always have spirit with you, and you can always call on spirit for help. That they can't really interfere unless you ask. Like, you have to give your permission for them to help. Unless sometimes if it's like an emergency, like you're going to get into a car accident and you're not supposed to or something, they can kind of like intervene then if it's an emergency. But usually you have to ask for help or give permission for them to help. So this is a reminder, like your angels and guides and whoever else is around you. You can just say spirit if you don't know or whatever, but you can always just call to your angels too, because this is always, the fours always remind me of angels, that your angels are around you. And it can also mean perfect love. So like divine unconditional love. But anyway, I was getting the message, yeah. Don't hesitate to ask for help from your spirit team, from your angels, that they're always with you and they're always available and they can help anytime you ask. So, yeah. It's still cracking me up on this guy. It's like, he looks like, and the fact that I've never looked at his face really before because I've never noticed that. He just looks like, oh my gosh, I'm all dressed up in this whole outfit and on this fancy horse and I'm rushing in with this wand. Like, what am I doing? Like, this is not, yeah, his heart is not in it. Whatever this is. I don't know, that energy is kind of, it's not a funny, and it's a serious energy, but it's making me laugh for some reason. That it's just so obvious. It's like it's so obvious to him that this is not what he wants, and yet somehow he's finding himself doing it, and he's like, what am I doing? This is not a good idea. So always listen to your heart and follow your intuition. That's another theme here with these different messages. It's always good advice, right? So, yeah, I think that's about all the messages I have from these cards today. So hopefully at least one of those messages resonated with you. And I love reading for you guys. I love doing this. I'm telling you, I will pull cards for myself and it's like crickets. There's nothing. I get no messages. No downloads, nothing. But if I do these readings on video, they always, my higher self always comes through, the Holy Spirit. However you want to look at it, it's pretty much the same thing. So yeah, anyway, it's good to see you all. Well, I can't really see you, but I just pretend that I'm actually talking to you now. So yeah. I love you guys, and I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.